All right, so what do I mean when I say AGI? This is one of the questions that comes up a lot. And like out in the world, one of the best definitions that I saw of AGI is we'll know it when we see it. And however, I have put a lot of thought into this, and I had an idea as to maybe not a definition, but a milestone. So let's think of it in terms of what is the milestone? What is the set of achievements based on our current trajectory when we could say anything before this was not AGI and anything after is AGI? So this is, when I say AGI, this is kind of the milestone that I have in mind. So it is when AGI is achieved when machines or robots or AI can collectively and reliably improve every element of the full stack. And so what I mean by stack is hardware, software, and AI models. So that includes data, algorithms, and that sort of stuff. So Anastasi and Tech had a couple videos last week about, you know, ChatGPT participating in chip design. And of course, like, machine learning has been used in chip design for ages, but it's getting better. And so, for instance, oh, and another thing is AI and machine learning has been used in the physical design of robots and other pieces of hardware, as well as learning how to make robots move, right? Like Spot and Boston Dynamics and all those, they use neural networks to figure out movement now. So, however, it's not there yet. It still is primarily run by humans. However, once AI can take over all of the hardware design, research, fabrication, and improvement, that's like pillar one. And then pillar two is going to be once AI and machines can take over the whole software stack. So that starts with the operating system, you know, kernel level up. And that includes applications, that includes managing entire software repositories. And so we saw the first hints of this with chat dev. But imagine a year from now with agent swarms that are capable of testing the entire life cycle of like Windows 13 and the next Linux kernel and the next Unix kernel. Once it can do that, because I mean, writing operating systems is hard, as well as creating new programming languages. So once it hits that milestone where it's like, hey, we have the first operating system that is entirely generated by AI, and the first hardware platform, like server platform and robot platform, entirely generated by AI. And then the third pillar is going to be the data and the training algorithms and the deployment of AI models themselves. So like, if GPT-4 eventually contributes to making GPT-5, for instance, and then let's say GPT-5 is multimodal and it also completely end-to-end creates GPT-6, that'll be the final milestone. So like, that's kind of, when I say AGI, that's what I mean. So before I get to the rest of the video, I do have a quick favor to ask. So I've mentioned that I have a bunch of books that I'm working on. One is ready. I just need to like go through the final polishing phase. That's my novel Heavy Silver. And then my systems thinking book, I just finished draft 3. Now, before I launch these books, I need to have people on my mailing list. So that means either Substack, which is completely free, or Patreon, which has a free tier. And the magic number that people tell me is I need to get to 3,000. So I need, between those two, I need at least 3,000 total people on my mailing list. So I've got 1,000 on Patreon and 500 on Substack. So I'm halfway there. So I just need 1,500 of you to either sign up on the free tier of my Patreon or Substack, which is also free. And that'll get me to the tipping point where I'm ready to launch my novel and ready to launch systems thinking once it's out. So, all right, back to the talk. So if we hit those 3 milestones of AI-driven self-improvement, that's going to be the tipping point. And so I think in hindsight, if that's the way it plays out, because it might not play out that way, but just taking a first principles view of, okay, let's look at the whole stack, right? Hardware, software, and then AI, ML, and then everything that goes within those, right? Because we already have data pipelines, we've got data curation pipelines, but it's still humans setting up those pipelines. So like, once AI takes over the building of pipelines, which is why I'm so excited about the autonomous agent swarm, is because so here's why I'm making this video, is because some people have commented, and I understand their confusion. They're like, Dave, like, you're talking about autonomous agent swarms. This is not AGI. No, not right now, but it is a major component, because autonomy is one of the characteristics that you'd expect of AGI. Full autonomy. And that means self-direction, self-correction, and self-improvement. Full autonomy has all three of those, and it just doesn't need humans anymore. It doesn't need humans to tell it what to do. It doesn't need humans for maintenance. It doesn't need humans for, you know, whatever. Man, I'm getting toasty because I'm talking so fast. So, right, so that's why I'm so excited about autonomous agent swarms. And, oh, also, I want to say that I get a total kick out of all you people that are like, is Dave outside? The funniest comment yet was, who decided to upgrade him to legs? Really? Like, that was hilarious. I was like, anyways, so where we're at right now is these tiny agents, and we're trying to figure out how to instantiate them and how to get them communicating with each other. But then, of course, like, there's some underlying model improvements that need to be made. Because I suspect that GPT-4 Turbo, while it can help with algorithm research and hardware research and design, it probably is just not quite smart enough to do every step, every level entirely on its own. Now, again, if it can help and accelerate it, great. That is one piece of the puzzle. That's a keystone technology to help make it go faster. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'm really excited, and yeah, let me know what you think. You guys seem to like these kinds of riffing videos, so let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow me on LinkedIn, Patreon, so on and so forth. You know the drill. Take care.